You're muted.
Randy,
Come back to us.
Welcome to another edition of Bleach Bangs Music. Today we have got Deadly Apples. How are you guys?
Hey, thanks for
Good
having
to
us.
see you. No
Thanks for having
problem.
us.
Just want to kind of go around and introduce ourselves to you. My name is Randy, and I'm in Oklahoma City.
I'm
Awesome.
Ashton. I'm in Piedmont, Oklahoma.
and I'm John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
Oh, cool.
So where are you guys from?
We're from Montreal, Canada, and we actually recently played in Oklahoma. So we did a short tour with Filter last year or the year before, and yeah, it was a great show.
Really cool. Where did you guys play?
Chickasha.
Yeah, that's a
It was
good place.
pretty warm, pretty hot there.
Yeah. Oh, what is the name of that place? What was it? The Legends, right?
Yeah, it was
You're welcome.
outdoors.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They have an outside venue as well. That's really cool.
Yeah, our laptop screen cracked from the heat, and I think Filter's laptops were melting as well. So yeah, it was
Everything was
pretty
melting.
brutal.
That's insane. Like, what do you even do at that point?
Shit.
God.
Oh my gosh.
Let me jump right off of that and ask the question: is that how you guys linked up with Richard for featuring him on Volatile? Sorry about that.
We actually knew him before. We recorded this with him before that tour actually. And basically after that collaboration, that's when he invited us on tour, and we're very grateful. He's a very nice guy.
I will agree with that statement. I had the pleasure of meeting him once, and he was absolutely incredible to chat with. So I think it was really cool that you guys had that opportunity to get him to feature with the song, but it's even better when he takes you guys out on tour with him too.
No shit.
That's the best part of it right there.
Yeah, we should be doing more dates with Filter later this year. So it's not 100% confirmed yet, but it should be pretty soon.
Yeah. We share the same manager as well, so it helps.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
So March 29th, you guys are going to be in Lima, Peru. It's a festival, correct? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's a massive festival there. They have Avenged Sevenfold and Marilyn Manson headlining. We actually played twice in Peru already, and the fans there are just really crazy. They just go nuts down there. Last time we landed at around 3 a.m., like 2 days before the show, and maybe about 100 people were waiting for us at the airport with like
Whoa.
printed out pictures and stuff, and
gifts.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, and I often jump into the crowd during the show, and that was probably one of the few times that it got a bit scary because they were pulling on my clothes like so hard.
Pieces.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty intense. There's some pictures of that actually. So yeah, we're really looking forward to going back there. Because yeah, crowds in South America are something else, and Mexico as well. They're really into it.
That's crazy. What do you think the difference is between the States and places like Mexico and Peru? Why do they not have as many performers go see them, or what is it? Because it sounds like they're pretty intense when it comes to having live performances.
Well, yeah, I think it's because they get a lot less band playing in their city. Um, there's a lot of big bands that didn't even. I was reading an article the other day, and a lot of big bands actually never went to South America.
Wow.
So, I mean, uh, I think it's part of this, and I think it's a cultural thing. They have, I don't know if they have a warmer blood or something, but they're very, very way more intense. And when you go in the crowd, they're ripping you. They're like on, to just to get a picture, and they grab you in the city. We're just walking to a restaurant, they grab you, they want pictures, and it's totally different than North America. But it's fun. It's nice. Everybody's nice, and since we're a band that likes to engage with people and likes to go in the crowd, they feel that we're on the same page as them. They feel that we're not trying to play the rock stars or anything. We just
Mhm.
like to hang out with them, and they really love that, and it shows.
That's really cool. Can you give us a little bit of history on the band, how you guys came together, and uh, members of the band, and all that good stuff?
We essentially have a pretty unusual history, but in a nutshell, the current version of Deadly Apples was formed in 2017,
Mhm.
and Antoine and I are the two band members essentially, and we also have live musicians with us on stage, a guitar player and a keyboardist slash dancer.
Mhm.
Basically, Antoine writes all the music. I write all the lyrics. Antoine plays drums live. I'm the singer, and yeah, that's how we've been doing it, which is a bit unusual and maybe a bit different
Yeah.
than a lot of bands. But then again, I think pretty much everything we do is a bit odd and unusual, so
I
it
love a
fits with
different
the
approach.
rest.
The way the music business has changed so much. I mean, it's great to see somebody taking different approaches. It truly is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
I respect that.
Is that
yeah.
something like, do your other members that you tour with, are they like changeable? Do you use different people throughout, or is it just you have the same people over and over, or how does that work for you guys?
They're basically live musicians, so it changes over time. But like our current keyboard guy, he's been with us for several years now, and we actually just got a new guitar player who's really good at what he does. Um, but yeah, basically the two of us are the band, and then we obviously can't play everything live. Like
Yeah.
Antoine can't play
Mhm.
drums and the keyboards at the same time, or um other instruments. But yeah, it's working out well so far.
It's kind of like session musicians, but they're live, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
That's
kind of
actually
yeah.
cool.
really freaking cool.
Yeah.
I like that. How do you approach writing your music, Antoine?
Um. Well, for the last album, it was quite a tough task. We went through. I mean, the album's called Distressed, so I mean,
Hmm.
both of us were going through really tough times, and I started writing back. I think it was during the pandemic. I wrote the first song at the beginning of the pandemic, or maybe a bit before, and then I went into a direction that obviously was not the right direction. So we threw everything in the garbage and we started again with the same kind of song as Volatile. We wanted to
Okay.
express more of our anger or what we literally were going through.
Hmm.
So I wrote a bunch of heavy, really heavy songs, and I did it. I did that in my. I have a little studio in Montreal. Now I'm in the countryside, but in Montreal I have my little dark studio, my little bubble. I get in there and I I write a lot of music, and some of it is really good. Some of it I threw it away, and then most of the time I write a vocal melody on it for it, and we take Alex's lyrics and we fit it inside the melody, and it works really well. But sometimes Alex comes with a really good vocal line, and we keep it, and it's really that works too. It's really good. Most of the times I do that work, but when he comes with something, it's usually really great. And you'll see that in a song called Sacrifice, which is off the new record. The chorus is really good, and he was going through a lot of dark stuff, and he came up with that. I showed him the music, he started singing that, and okay, we keep that. It's perfect, it's wonderful. We don't touch it. And another song called Terrible Romance, you'll hear those songs, you know, and they're off the new album, of course. And as soon as I heard his idea, it was perfect for the song. So that's the way we work. And he's writing really great lyrics, which you know, when I write the music, I don't think about what he's gonna write. So when we blend the both world together, it becomes something really cool. Like Volatile, when I wrote that, I never thought about what he wrote, as you know, but blending that together, it takes another life of its own, and that's how I approach writing the songs.
That's really cool. It sounds like you guys have probably been friends for a long time. How long have you guys known each other?
For too long.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it's like a dysfunctional way of functioning, but somehow we make it work, you know. And you know, Antoine has obviously a great talent for writing music, and as he was saying, you know, I think that by combining it with my lyrics and my vocals, and also live, you know, the way it comes out live, you know, our shows are very intense, so those songs really come to life when we're on stage. So yeah, I don't remember where I was going with that, but
the writing process. But yeah, it's pretty much, it sums up the writing process. And yeah,
it just seems like you guys read each other really well. You kind of know what he's gonna do, and then you kind of know what he's gonna do. You know, it's kind of like, oh, well, this will be great.
Well, I know his limitations. I know how he sings. I know his tone. So I try to write so it can fit. You know, I'm not gonna ask him to sing like Bruce Dickinson or something like that. You know, and super high stuff. And I try to stay in a certain range where I know the vocal will fit well, and it usually does. And I'm getting better at that. And yeah, it's working well. Yeah.
Hey Randy, I want to switch gears on you guys for just a second, and we've been talking about this music. Let's play a little clip of I assume you have Volatile loaded up and ready to go.
All right, here we go. love it, love it, love it. And it's just
Thank you.
different enough. It's like something you don't hear every day, and I absolutely love this. I can't
Thank-
say it enough.
Oh, thank you so much. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Who influenced you guys? Who are your influences?
There's a lot of different influences.
Like when you were
can start
12 years
out.
old.
You know, there on my end, you know, I grew up with bands like Korn, Deftones, Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, Rammstein, and I know Antoine loved these bands as well. And I think we both also love more current bands. So I, I guess what we're doing is, you know, probably or hopefully like a modern version of, you know, some of the classic genres in a sense. And yeah, I think it creates a unique Deadly Apples sound.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And also, I was inspired a lot by film score composers. So
Okay.
as I'm doing that myself, so sometimes it can get a bit cinematic, or you know, there's some different movements in the music, or like a lot of synth and a lot of waves and valleys and stuff like that. Well, maybe not in Volatile, but you'll hear on the other songs. So I'm inspired a lot by film music as well.
That's a
Pretty dope.
that's a super cool little side note there. With that, is there any films that we should be watching for your music in, or is that something you can tell us?
Yeah. Well, last summer I did a film called House of Ashes. It's an American film. It's a horror film. Obviously, I love the horror genre. I think it's right now. It's touring like the festival circuit, so it's not out yet. But it's called House of Ashes, and it's pretty cool. And the soundtrack. I mean, I'm pretty proud of it, and I'm looking forward to do a lot more. So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So is it like South by Southwest? Is that the type of thing it's at?
I don't know if it was a there was a screening in Glasgow last week. There was the Brooklyn Horror Festival. There was another. I don't remember, but it's literally going around the globe right now in horror festivals.
That is
Not
so
sure.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really freaking cool.
I love it because I love horror movies too. It's like,
Oh, cool.
what do you guys think about Ice Nine Kills?
Obviously, I don't know a lot. I mean, what I heard sounded good. I know they have this concept. Maybe Alex knows them more than me.
Yeah,
kind of have.
they're based a lot on horror movies and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
and it's real fun to watch, and their videos, and then their live show is really cool as well. So
yeah.
I just
It's
thought, oh, I'll bet you would love that.
It's very different, but I don't know a lot of their music actually. But I'll pay more attention.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Can you share a memorable moment or an interesting experience from one of your live performances? Did something happen at a live performance that was just like, oh my gosh, what just happened? Besides your laptops melting.
Yeah.
Like a good moment, or like a
Just the craziest, or something that sticks out in your mind that goes, wow. That
well,
was crazy.
for me, it was when we played our first NHL arena. It was something that I was dreaming of since I was a little kid, and then it happened exactly the way I imagined it. We were playing with Rob Zombie and Manson, and the arena. I think it was the Pepsi Center in Denver, and it was full. It was So it was I mean the energy was so high. That's probably my proudest moment that I can think of right now.
Hell yeah. What about you, Alex? Anything crazy happen to you while you're putting on a show?
Um, there's so many crazy moments, um, because our shows are pretty crazy and intense to begin with, To me, when I go up on stage, it's not like, I guess, most musicians, in the sense that, oh, we're just gonna play our instruments and play a
Go through the
show and
motions.
then party or whatever. When I go up on stage, to me it's like, um therapy. It's like an exorcism. I just get into that deep place in my head, and I guess that's what makes our shows so intense and different and unpredictable. And that's something that I feel is lacking a lot in rock music these days, and has been for a while. A lot of fans and people in the industry and other artists have told us that we're basically bringing back the danger on stage, and you don't know what's going to happen, and if you don't pay attention, you might end up in the ER because you got a mic stand in the face, or a water bottle, or whatever it is. And I think that brings back, uh makes it exciting and interesting again. And that's something that, I guess, gets people to pay attention, because a lot of people, when they go to see shows, they don't necessarily give a fuck about the opening acts. But whenever
Mhm.
we play, we see people's jaws dropping, like, what the hell is going on here? And I guess that's the best compliment we can have. um as far as a moment, I mean, one that comes to mind is, uh one show a few years ago in Mexico. Is a massive festival called Hell and Heaven, which we did a few times. I went to the barricade, and while I was singing a song, a girl just literally grabbed me and started kissing me, and I didn't even have time to react or see what she looked like. And
Well,
then
it was
when
a
I
guy.
It was a guy.
He's like, I was watching the whole time.
yeah, well, fuck, now my story is not what I expected it to be. No,
You just ruined his story.
she 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 was actually very beautiful, so I ended up kissing her more. But that was kind of an odd moment, making out in front of 80,000 people, or however many people there were, with like all these cameras like projecting on the massive screens. Uh, that was kind of unexpected.
No, that's awesome. That's
Oh yeah, I
awesome.
can imagine.
Speaking of festivals, what do you prefer more, festivals or an intimate club? What's your preference?
Oh, for me, I think it's arenas. Arenas are the best.
Hell yeah.
We don't get to play arenas all the time though, but it's a mix of a big show and an intimate show because
I
it's
agree.
indoors.
Hmm.
Uh, you're fairly close to the crowd, and it's dark. I don't know. It's louder. It's kind of intimate but huge. Festivals sometimes, we played Hellfest. I mean, we're literally 60 feet away from the crowd. You play and you don't even see people's face. They're really it's fun, but you're not necessarily really connecting with people. And I mean, small clubs can be fun too because the energy level can be so high. And we played a couple of smaller clubs with Manson, and it was really really nice. It was really fun shows also, but for me, it's literally arenas.
Yeah,
Nice.
I agree. Arena shows are awesome. I kind of enjoy the diversity of playing different types of settings.
Mhm.
But I would say the bigger the stage is, the more it feels like we're able to shine and to give the full Deadly Apples experience. Um, but yes, the smaller clubs are special too.
Right on, right on.
Hey, Randy, I'm going to jump in here again, and I'm going to have Ashton pull up you guys uh, the best place to find everything Deadly Apples if anybody's looking. I know Ashton has your link tree available that he's going to put on a screen as well.
Yeah, well, basically, Deadly Apples everywhere on social media, on listening platforms. It's all Deadly Apples, and yeah, we're getting really ready to release the next single on March 14th, which is called Envious and Little. The full album is coming this summer. We don't have the exact date yet, but we're going to be releasing more singles and more music videos every 5 to 6 weeks until the full album release. And yeah, we're looking forward to it because the reaction on Volatile, which is the first single, has been uh, overwhelmingly positive, and
Mhm.
we're very grateful for that.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
Especially when you
Randy,
work so long on something. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was just gonna
Especially
ask
when
if you guys prefer doing singles or if you guys prefer doing like albums, EPs, things like that.
Well, I'll let Alex answer that, but I mean, as for me, especially working on for so long on music and on the album, and when it finally seeing the light of the day, it's such a nice feeling because I mean I've been working 3 years on that, so
Mhm.
Makes sense.
it's really fun to see people's reaction and people reacting to it and unleash the thing that you've been working on for so long. Yeah.
Yeah, and as far as albums versus singles, uh, as a music fan, and I'm sure it's the same for Antoine, we still love albums, but we're very aware that that's not necessarily how most people consume their music these days. So that's why we're releasing it. Releasing a good chunk of the album as singles before actually releasing the full thing. Um,
Okay.
but for those who are really into what we're doing, or people who still love albums, it's still going to be a full cohesive experience from start to finish, and that's something that was important to us. So whether people still love full albums or if they just like one of our singles, it's all good.
That's a pretty good way to do it. Just give people kind of like teasers as you go, and then it's like, all right, now here's everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
So,
I
yeah.
think that's a great way to do it because I mean, yeah, about like every 2 or 3 months release another song, and then people are like, "Oh, I'm re-energized again, man."
Yeah, exactly.
So, well, awesome. Thank you guys so very much, and please, anytime you guys release something, let us know, and we would love to have you back on, and we would love to promote anything that you've got going. We'll share it on our social media, and like I said, you can come back on. You are family to us now. Just say, hey man, I got a new song. Can we come on? Yes, you can.
Come on.
So,
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
thank
thanks.
you.
We appreciate.
Yeah, very much.
Awesome. Well, you guys have a great night.
You too, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Y'all later.
Bye. Bye bye.